What's up, guys? It's Sam here, and I wanted to give an update on the Instagram story ads and what I'm doing. So, to give you a little bit of context, first of all, make sure you press that subscribe button and the little bell notification. Just make that jingle, just like Christmas. Christmas in April, on April Fools. Don't fool me and pretend you did it. Just actually do it. So, Instagram story ads run through Facebook Ad Manager, and I started running them a month or longer ago, and literally having no idea what the fuck I was doing, just so that I could learn. And what am I selling, or like what am I running ads to, you might wonder. I'm not selling anything. I was originally just running them back to my Instagram profile. And about a week ago, I changed them to start running the ads to my YouTube channel. And there was a couple reasons for that, but mainly because I think it was actually probably at least a week ago that I started doing that. Because if you run them back to your Instagram profile, I feel as though it's gone, right? Like if you have that one chance to convert somebody, yes, they see them again and they might see your shit again, right? And maybe they're more likely to engage or follow or something from seeing it a second time. But I feel with YouTube, they have a much higher likelihood. If somebody clicks from Instagram, goes through on YouTube, YouTube's SEO will have a higher probability of showing that content again in the future on their newsfeed, whether that's tomorrow or the next day. Also, if somebody watches content on YouTube, they're more likely to watch more of the content in the future. So that, and then, you know what I mean? They can click through to Instagram. They can click through to any one of the other places. They could reach back out to me on Instagram. Excuse me. They could click through on Amazon and purchase something. I just feel like there's a much longer tail by running it to YouTube versus Instagram. My profile on Instagram versus my YouTube channel. And I'm running to a specific video. It's just a posing video. Checking out these guns, son. I've gotten it down. So, well, the other reason is too because I wanted to track some of the results a little bit better. Where on Instagram I don't feel as though it's super awesome, like their analytics. Also, I'm not 100% familiar with it, so as I dig more into it, I'll probably understand them and get more value out of the analytics on Instagram. But with YouTube, I've already dug into those a lot, so I feel as though I'm able to get more value out of the ones from YouTube, and because I get a better understanding of what is going on there, I feel like. So if you drive traffic from Instagram story ads to YouTube, it shows up in the analytics under traffic source. If you're under so there's a beta YouTube studio, and then there's the traditional or classic YouTube studio. Under the classic, there's traffic sources, and it tells you where traffic is coming from. So once you get into the external sources for traffic, ones that are not like suggested video, YouTube search, or browsing features, or subscriptions, or like those kinds of things within YouTube, you click on external. The number one external source of traffic is Google search, and then this Samsung Internet for Android. I'm not even sure where. I've never been able to figure out where that's coming from. Then there's Facebook, and then there's a UAV website, which is on aircraft. It's basically about drones. Unoccupied. I don't know what it is, but it's basically about drones. I don't know what the acronym stands for. And they took one of my drone videos, and I'm assuming they have it on their video because I just consistently get some views and watch time from that website every single month. Then the next one. So this is a 90-day period. 90-day period. going back to the beginning of January. And you'll be able to see here over the last period, let me cut it down to 30 days, right? You'll be able to see here the increase in the traffic from doing this. So if you look at this, right? So we've got from the 4th to the 31st, and we're going to look at the 7-day rolling average here. So this, there was a spike. Wait, let me pull this out so you can actually see how the hell's going on. So there was a spike right here, and if you look at it, it actually just happened on one day or 2 days. Somebody watched 15 minutes, and then somebody watched 20 minutes, and the same thing here, right? There's 2 spikes. But over here, you can see there's a lot more traffic happening, right? A lot more clicks through from Instagram. But the interesting thing here is, so this is the total number of views. So we're getting a good amount, we're getting a good click through from Instagram. 104 views, but look at the, you know what I mean? They're more than the We Talk UAV site. They're more than LinkedIn, but look at this over here. The actual people that are coming through are not super engaged. They're only watching for on average about 1 minute and 18 seconds. So that tells me I can do a better job of figuring out who likes to actually stick around and watch the content. I'm not sure exactly who that might be, but I think I have some ideas for some other ads that I would like to run. First of all, also is what I meant to say, not first of all. Also, the ads are getting paid for by Amazon affiliates as well as the ad revenue from YouTube combined. You know what I mean? I might be spending around $30 a month, probably a little less. So that is getting paid for by the revenue from YouTube. So I'm just putting it back into ads to allow this to grow more quickly. So the other thing about this, right? So not only do the individuals click from Instagram story ads to YouTube, which increases the SEO for that specific person, as in like my content is more likely to show up in their newsfeed in the future, but also the it increases the SEO on that specific video and my channel because there's more traffic coming from external validated sources that are like high quality sources, meaning traffic from external sources that Google likes, right? Like Instagram or Facebook or things like that, where YouTube likes that. But they're only staying there for 1 minute and 18 seconds on average. So, well, first of all, the video I'm sending it to is probably only like 1 minute and something long. So that could also have something to do with it. Whereas if you looked at the one right above here where LinkedIn, that one's 3 minutes on average, but there's only 46 views. So that video on LinkedIn might be like an 18-minute long video where the video I'm sending them here is only a short video. So that's going to be biased a little bit lower, but it'll be interesting to test out a much longer video and see how that plays out. Maybe I can build a little bit more engagement on that where there's actually some talking. Well, anyways, I wanted to get into the Instagram story ads finally. Well, we've got, I found one that was kind of converting, right? So I'm just going to walk through the chronological order of how I was testing these and some of the things that I changed per ad set. So I don't really have a great understanding of how all this works yet because I'm still learning. But the first one that I ran had an average cost per click of 65 cents. And then I made some increases in terms of the targeted interest, I think it was. And I added a tag or a swipe up type comment thing. And it went down to 62. Then I added a shitload more targeting, detailed targeting and demographic type target. Well, the age group has always been the same, but I took women out of it. So that also helped because the women weren't converting at all. on the first several hundred, and that was the number 2 ad or third. That was the third try on the same piece of creative, and that one the cost per click was 33 cents per click. So it went from 62 cents per click to 33 cents per click. And then I tried to do even more detailed targeting, and I changed the coloring and the call to action type verbiage, the actual copy below the creative. And that one sucked. It was an average of $2.80, 82 cents per click. That one just like sucked. Nobody fucking wanted to click. And the interesting thing about it was one of them is like, I'm not selling shit, and everybody clicks on that. And then the other one was like, go to my YouTube, and nobody clicks on that one. So it's just interesting to see how it works out. Maybe hopefully that might be helpful to you. The next one is I changed the background color, and I changed the call to action back to I'm not selling shit, but I put more words below it. And I think that was probably it. And that one, out of 250 impressions roughly, only had 3 clicks, so $1.36 per click. So not super great. I think I can do way better on that one. Plus 33 cents per click versus $1.36 per click to drive traffic to the same fucking place. I mean, just makes sense. So the next one that I just did is, and that one ran for, each one of them are run for like several days. So like the traffic, the impressions on these. First one was 700, then 786, then 230. That was the one where it was really expensive, so I just stopped that one. The other one where it was really expensive at 250, I just stopped that one because it seems like you can. And I don't know. I haven't been doing this that long. I still don't know what the fuck I'm doing really, but it seems like you can kind of see how things are going to convert pretty quickly, and they could get better as time goes on. But if nobody's clicked and you've had 250 people look at it, and it tells you, so the impressions versus the reach, and they're very close. The impressions are different just because you can have one person see a piece of content twice. So like the reach on just one piece of content is for the one copy. The one test I did was reach was 245, and the total number of impressions was 254. So a couple people saw it a few times, and that was where it was $1.36. So I continue to run the ad where it is 33 cents per click. The total reach on that is 829, and the cost per click is still 33 cents per click. Now, I actually just updated it to, this is number 6 iteration on this process, and I actually took out the exclusions. So you can do detailed targeting, and then you can do something called exclude people, and you could, let's see what it says. Exclude people who match at least one of the following. Choose new details to exclude people from the audience included above. Each new option will decrease the audience size to your audience. Exclude people who match. So I had some in there, but I don't think that was helping. I think it was actually hindering. Because, or maybe I did narrow. So there's also exclude or narrow. And I'm going to read what it says. And must also match at least one of the following. So this would be like 2 overlapping groups. That might have been the one I chose. Anyway, I took that out, and I just have a shitload of different interests. So I have physical fitness, physical training, personal training, bodybuilding, bodybuilding.com, personal training certificate, blah, 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 blah. I've got probably like 30 different types of interests, very similar to that. The age group from 18 to 24 wasn't converting at a cost under $1, so I raised it up to 20 and still up to 65. I think I want to take out the group that is 35 to 44 because they're also more expensive to target. I want to take that group out, but I think I have to create 2 separate ads with the same thing. to be able to do that because it doesn't let me exclude that group. It just says 20 to 65 plus. I can't take out like the middle section of that, unfortunately. But that's, if you look at like which one's working and which one's not, that group of 35 to 44 is more expensive, like, I don't know, like $1 or something per click on average. So that brings up the whole average. Whereas if I got rid of that, I could probably bring the average down below, 30 cents. Because if I can get it down to say 15 cents, right, like every dollar you can get in front of so many people, and if YouTube is just paying for me to advertise, right, like it makes sense to just keep driving the traffic over there. It's going to help with the SEO. It's going to help that person see my shit again in the future. And this will be fun to see how this grows too. If I can, as I add or try different creative, I think the next thing I'm going to do is try some different creative. I'm not sure. Maybe do 1 or 2 more iterations of this. Once I get it down, hopefully, I would like to be able to get down below 20 cents. I'd like to be able to get down below 10 cents. I don't know. You can let me know what you think down below if you've done ads before, what your thoughts are on that. But if I can get it below 10 cents, that would be amazing. I could just run this ad, hopefully get in front of like 8 to 10 people per day that are going to click, right, for $1. And then start another one where I can start testing a more longer form video, one that's longer than like a minute and a half, and do the same type of iterations and see how quickly I can get that one to convert. Anyways, appreciate you guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon. Peace.